In Chapter 2 of our Latin series, we're going to pay attention to two different grammatical points. The first deals with sentence structure. The second deals with verb endings. So the first part, dealing with sentence structure, anytime we have a sentence, there are two essential parts. There is a subject and a verb. In order to have a sentence, a complete sentence, you need to have both of those. Now in English, we can see that very simply. The boy is at home. Boy is your subject, is your verb. Or you think of the dog runs. Dog is your subject, runs is your verb. But there are other times where we can have a sentence where it seems like there's no subject. For example, go, stop. Those are complete sentences. But with those verbs, you have an understood subject of you. Well, in Latin, we're going to have the same thing. We're going to have a subject, and we're going to have a verb. Now, in this lesson, we're also going to differentiate between two types of verbs. The first is a normal verb, to go back to the previous example. The boy runs. Runs is just a regular verb. But there's another kind of verb that we're going to talk about. It's called a linking verb. And for these linking verbs, the verb that we're going to pay attention to in this chapter is a form of to be. The boy is tall. What happens in that sentence, the boy is your subject, tall is describing your subject, and that linking verb is links the subject with that adjective that we're going to call the complement. So you have your subject, the boy, is your linking verb, and tall, your complement. These complements can either be a noun or an adjective. Andrew is a boy. Andrew, your subject, is your linking verb, boy, your complement. Or Andrew is smart. Andrew, your subject, is your linking verb, smart, your complement. These linking verbs in this chapter we're going to look at are all going to be forms of the verb to be. The second part of this grammar section that we're going to look at is the endings on verbs. Now, one of the things that I frequently say in my class when dealing with Latin is you need to pay attention to the endings, because the endings of the verbs let you know, or the endings of words, let you know all sorts of information. But right now we're going to pay attention to two endings on our verbs. The endings on the verbs that we're going to look at are T and NT. As we read through our stories, we're going to see that T is the ending that we're going to put on a singular verb, and NT is the ending that we're going to put on a plural verb. If you have a singular subject, you're going to have a singular ending. If you have a plural subject, you will have a plural ending. Just like in English, he goes to the store. They go to the store. You notice how there's a different ending there? Differentiating between the singular and the plural? Well, in Latin, we'll do the same thing. If we look at the sentence in Latin, puella sub arbore sedet. Puella is a singular noun. Sedet just has the T, so we have a singular verb. Or we can have plural. Puellae in agris currunt. Puellae is plural. Currunt is also plural with the NT. Or to have another way we could see it. Flavia et Cornelia currunt. Flavia is singular, Cornelia is singular, but being joined by that word et, our subject is now plural because our subject is Flavia and Cornelia. Therefore, our verb must be plural. So as you go through the exercises and as you go through this chapter, pay attention to the verb endings. Do I want it singular with a T ending or plural with NT?